Hey friends, it's Tracy from HallOfFameMoms.com with another short book review. Um, I really wanted to share about this one. This is the Bulletproof George Washington, written by David Barton from WallBuilders.com. He has a lot of products about the real history of the founding of the United States, and how the role that God and the Bible played in our country coming together. Um, this is not a very big book. I recommend it for probably middle high schooler and up. Um, it is about the French and Indian War, George Washington's involvement in that. So I won't give a whole lot of information. I'll keep it short. But if you love history and you love to see God's hand in doing like miraculous things, this is a book that you'll enjoy. I hope I did anyways. So George Washington, during the Battle of the I'm not sure I'm going to say it right, the Monongahela or something like that. It's a river in. It might be more than that, but I know there's a river over in Pennsylvania, like between Ohio and Pennsylvania. So there's the French, during the French and Indian War, the French had Fort Duquesne. It looks like it's spelled Fort Duquesne, but it's pronounced Fort Duquesne, I'm told. And it is at a point where three rivers meet. The Ohio River, I think the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, however you say that. And if you go to Google Maps, excuse me, you can, type in, Fort Duquesne and Fort Pitt, excuse me, and zoom in on top of those and see where they're at. So for where I'm at, it'd be like a couple hour drive, maybe. So maybe sometime we'll head over that way. But I don't know if it was like 7 miles out or. Before the British and the colonists, they had joined forces to try to get Fort Duquesne. Before they made it, they didn't make it there. They actually got slaughtered before that by the French and the Indians. But the story talks about how George Washington, I think, was in his early 20s during this battle. And it's interesting, too, because Ben Franklin, the British, so during this time, excuse me, the British and the colonists joined forces. This was in 1755, so we hadn't had our Revolutionary War yet. But the British needed the colonist help to, to what they thought would be to help protect them, I think, to go get this French fort. So Ben Franklin had to write and implore to the colonists to, they needed to donate wagons. I think they needed people to actually join in. I think that's what the Teamsters were. They needed horses, and the British needed this help. The colonists didn't want to help. Until it became apparent through Ben Franklin's writings that, look, if you don't willingly support this effort, the British are going to possibly take it by force. It really reminded me of our government today, So some of the things that they put on us, but anyways, something was needed for the protection. On the way, and here I am, I'm going to spill the beans on some of this. But you'll just get the book and read it, because I'm not going to tell you everything. So on the way there, the Indians wanted to help the British, excuse me, to go against the French. And General Braddock, I think that was his name, I know it was Braddock, I think General, wouldn't have it. He comes across as an arrogant guy, full of confidence in his own. The British, he thought too highly of his soldiers and his heritage, being out here in the New World, in the wilderness. Like between Ohio and Pennsylvania, and really didn't downplayed the importance of the Indians. This was their territory. So even George Washington, tried to get Braddock to accept the Indians' help. Well, he wouldn't have it. So I don't know if it was the same Indians or the different Indians, but the Indians ended up siding with the French. And when the British and the colonists got into a certain location, surrounded by woods, I believe it was, then the French and the Indians ambushed them, and it was a slaughter. It was a terrible thing. Anyways, you can read more about that. There's more details that you would be interested in. But anyways, during that time of slaughter, excuse me, George Washington, I think he might have been the only staff left of Braddock's. He was on his horse, running up and down the field, giving orders, passing orders from Braddock to the men, and he had, at some point during the battle, he had horses, I think 2 horses shot out from under him. His coat had 4 bullet holes, but he was never shot. And later stories that would come out, Indians talked about how they specifically, pinned him out to shoot him, to get him down, and nothing worked. And he ended up having this reputation of being protected by a spirit. Well, obviously God was protecting George Washington, because it would be, 20 years or so later that he would end up being in the Revolutionary War, and then he'd be the president, and all this. So anyways, I think I ordered this on Amazon years ago, and I just had never, I had started it and just never got very far in it. And then finally I finished it. I've highlighted different places. It's really good. But anyways, what was I going to tell you? David Barton, if you go to wallbuilders.com, I don't know if he has this book, but he has the audio I saw today. I actually just made an order for a bunch of stuff from their website. So yeah, Bulletproof George Washington was really good. I'm going to put my Amazon affiliate link in the description box here, if I can find the book on Amazon. And it's published. The published date is 2009 on this. So if you are interested, I'll put wallbuilders.com. I'll put their link down there too, so you can go see, since they're the source. This is not a sponsored book review. I like I said, I bought this book, and I thought it was great. Oops, there it goes. And anyways, I'll put the links down below so you can get more information, okay? So I hope that if this video is helpful, you can give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when other videos come up. I do talk about homeschooling, my hobby of looking for Native American artifacts and studying history on that sort of stuff, and home, so it's really just a variety, kind of a homeschooling and family life kind of channel. And I'm a Christian, so you'll get that through here also. You'll see that bent and when I talk about things like that. So anyways, thanks for watching.